Okay, so gold just make a very large sell-off. It's a long candle down. Apparently has declined by roughly about 6%, which is the largest sell-off since 2013. So let's look at the price. So right now, gold is, so you see a hammer here, this candlestick here, this green candlestick is a hammer. So right now, gold is $4,127.32. So should someone buy gold now? Well, let's look at the market. First, let's look at the trend. So we can see here, we have a trend line here. Here's an uptrend. You can see it went sideways. You can see a bit of a uptrend. So up, sideways, consolidation, up. So let's confirm this statistically with a regression. So let's run the OLS. So this is the OLS regression line. So you can see this is clearly an uptrend. So there's clearly an uptrend right now for gold. So should we buy gold? Let's look at the areas of resistance and support. So there was one support here, another support here, another support here. How I can tell this is because I can for the candles here, the red candles. Another support here. And of course, the next major structure would be these levels of resistance that now would serve as areas of support. Yeah. So the chart is getting somewhat confusing. So let's delete the trend line here. Well, the regression or less. So yes, it is an uptrend. We have some support here. What do I buy here? Let's open up Bollinger Band. Actually, let's get a Bollinger Band here. So what I buy, if you can see here, look at the trend, right? So this is trend line, this is a moving average. This is like a 20-point moving average. We can see gold prices here was on the upper edge, which was two standard deviations away from the moving average here. So you can see gold prices was more or less on the upper side of the Bollinger Band. Obviously, there would have to be some kind of retracement. There was a retracement, but if you check here, gold prices just touch the 20-point moving average and going back up right here. So this is not really a good retracement. I would expect a retracement to somewhere around here. So what I'll do, grab the charts. I will not enter a trade at $4,130. I would look for a trade anywhere around here. So this is the area of support I'll be looking at. So the ideal entry point would be around 3,694.95, somewhere around there. And so if I am expecting some amount of retracement, and I'll only enter a trade to go long in gold only if the price drops to about this area here. And in terms of the target profit, obviously I want the target profit, but obviously I'll go beyond the moving average point. So I'll go somewhere about halfway between the upper edge of the Bollinger Band and the moving average. So I'll put a target profit about here. So generally speaking, I expect the market to continue to be bullish. I expect gold prices to go up. This is somewhat of a retracement. However, I think it's premature to enter a long position at this point here at $4,129. I think it's premature to enter a long position here. I think there's sufficient room for the market to retrace. So I'm looking for the market to retrace anywhere around the vicinity here at 3,000 $3,695, anywhere around there. Once the market retraces that area there, I'll enter a long position. I'll put my stop loss just below this next area of support. So I'll put my stop loss. I'll be even more. I'll give myself more breathing space. So I could put stop loss just up beyond this level of support. So there's a level of support here, and then there's a level of support here, and we actually have some kind of confirmation because we have some support here, and then this area here was serving us some form of resistance. So I'll put the stop loss just below this area here, and this will give me a very good risk reward ratio of 2.6 to 1. So obviously, if I make a loss, I'll lose one. If I make a profit, it will be 2.6 times the loss that I'll take. So this is generally would be a good trade. So generally, speaking, I expect gold prices to go up. This is such a short-term retracement. I expect gold prices to go up, but I don't think it's a good entry point at this price here. 4,128 or 4,129. I think that's a bad entry point. I think a better entry point will be around here, 3,695 or 94, somewhere around there. And if you're looking at a stop loss, we could look at, let's say, about 3,472.